So I wanted to start then with the picture. I saw the great picture of you picking up that certificate for
Oh, yeah.
8 million plays of
Yeah.
Here I Go Again. Now, just to put that into a bit more context, 8 million plays over 40 years. So this is 200,000 radio plays a year, which equates to 16,666 a month and down to 547 a day, which means somewhere in the US, literally at every minute of the day, that song is on.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Every minute of the day, it's on somewhere. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a phenomenon. I mean, when they gave you that, when you picked up that award, did it actually sink in the numbers and just how big a thing that is?
Well, I got one for 3 million about 4 or 5 years ago, and that was hard to take in. And then it went to 5 million, then it went to 6 million, and then this year, so in 2 years, that's 2 million plays. Because that was 2 years. It was just before the pandemic. I got the 6 million one. So in that 2 years since then, it's gone up to 8. And as you say, that's only in America. So you can kind of double that up really with the rest of the world. It's amazing.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, it is. It is.
When you look at the process of how the song came into being, and you do dig a bit. It was I came up with a line. Somebody said it was written or it was being written in Portugal.
Rubbish.
Yeah, I didn't get that. So it wasn't written on vacation in Portugal. But what about the subject of the song? Heartbreak, love, or inspirational on a theme about challenges of life?
Well, it's all fairly deep, really, isn't it? And that wasn't really where I was coming from with it. The whole Portugal thing was during one of David's kind of rants. Really, he said he wrote it on a boat in Portugal. Well, I've never been on a boat in Portugal, so did he write it then on his own? The song was written not 3 miles from where I'm sitting now, and I had pretty much 2/3 of it done before we went to Clerwell Castle for the Saints and Sinners sessions. And I sat on it really for about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, just thinking I couldn't get it clear in my head, whether I should present it or whatever. And was it too light? Was it not? Was it too pretty? Because it was. And I played the intro to John Lord, and John Lord looked at me. He said, "Play that again." And he looked at me, and John was a tall fella, and I'm not very tall. And he looked down at me and said, "You're a clever little sod, aren't you?"
That original recording. Yeah, go on, carry on.
The recording, and he just said, "This is so good." He said, "Play me the rest," and that's what I did. Really, I was a bit stuck in for parts of it, and I did ask another member of the band, who will remain nameless, if he wanted to come to my room and help me out with it, and he was too busy. He was. I think word has it, legend has it, he was washing his hair, and so I then said to the next day. I think I worked a bit more on it, and then took it into the kind of common room there down at Clerwell, just David and I. And I said, "Look, I've got this idea. John seems to think it's good. What do you think?" And he looked at me, and he was wide-eyed, and I sang him the first couple of lines and a few other lines. The second verse was the first verse, I think, if I remember rightly. And not all of it. I mean, he did, when we wrote together, he wrote the words. And, even if I'd written 2/3 of the words, then he would go away. And, we always had a 50-50 deal. So that was why it was quite irritating, when I started reading about boats in Portugal and breakup of marriage and stuff like that. I mean, he had gone through a breakup of a marriage, but, who hadn't in the music business? You know what I mean? And it was just, I suppose, the whole chorus was about me thinking that because Whitesnake broke up shortly after that session, And I got a feeling that Here I Go Again on My Own was a kind of subconscious thing of my own, thinking like I don't want to be doing this much. I don't think I can do this much longer. And so I
It,
think there's a lot more to it than there's actually ever been talked about.